Hello and welcome back to Dabnica on my survival series. Right, so it's the next day in game, 9 AM, and all the fields are ready for us to do the sugar beets. Now this is going to be a big job, this really is. I've got a 1 meter topper, so this is going to remove the tops, and then this thing, which is the 1 meter, let's say harvester, it basically pulls the sugar beets out of the ground, places them on the floor, and is that interactive? I think that is. Yeah, so it'll pick them up on the ground, then we're going to have to pick them up with a bucket into the trailer. So this is going to be a big job, it really is. But hopefully it should be alright. Now, I'm looking at the prices as well for sugar beets. I haven't really got much data, obviously, at the moment, but it seems like so far the best time for us has been around the start of spring. Now, I don't know if it's going to jump up over winter, but because it's going to take a while, I might see what the price could be like here. It just makes more sense because we can't pretty much do anything else over winter. Winter is a no-go, and I did need to do some maintenance on the tractor that we swapped out for the VIII, but we don't need to do that now because obviously we sold it in and got the VIII instead, so we don't need to do any of that. Now, one of the sell points is popped up is green, so we can go and take some of this firewood and sell that off. Don't know what I'm going to do after the sugar beets and the firewood's gone. We haven't got any more trees except round by the back of the sawmill, so if we do need some more money, we can go and do that. I might do that to try and claw up 60,000 sooner rather than later to buy one of these fields. Looking at the sizes, it seems like field 78 is the biggest, but most of that, some of that is grass, so not really certain. I think maybe field 72 is the biggest and it's 61,000. But overall, I do want to get these 4 in total. And then, like I said before, farmyard can go around here. That's the plan. So let's crack on with this anyway, because this is going to take a while. So we may as well start her up and see how we get going. So now that I've done my talking, I'll put the time where it should be, times 5, and we'll crack on with actually doing some work. So yeah, I'm interested to see how this performs. I'm definitely needing narrow tyres, that's a fact. So it looks like it's doing 3 small rows of sugar beets, which isn't too bad. I mean, obviously it's not the best, but it isn't too bad. And we did put some herbicide down on the ground, but we've got some weeds come up, but it doesn't matter. It is what it is. So I think the best way to tackle this would just be to obviously do as much as we can, because it's not going to be easy. There's no shortcuts to this. This is literally going to be a long-winded job. Try not to miss bits, obviously. That's a good start. My problem is I'm looking at the tyres and not the back of the tractor. Now, I would have used the other tractor because I could have put this on the front and the harvester of the sugar beets on the rear. But if I do that, I'm going to damage the crop because it's got bigger tyres on the VIII, and I don't want to be spending any more money when I don't have to. So let's see if we can just avoid this plough. In this episode is probably going to be quite a bit of a time lapse, or some jump cuts, montage, whatever. We'll figure it out as we go along. Let's try and do a bit of the end rows first on these fields. We'll carry on down to this end. I'll just keep chipping away at bits. Like I said, it is going to take me a while, but I don't mind. If we don't get it all done, but get some of it done, we could just try and aim to do these 2 fields, see where we're at, and leave the other one maybe to the next episode. Yeah, the price is a lot lower, but you do get quite a bit more. So, saying that, it's hopefully it will still pay off. You know, if we can game for, I don't know, I really don't know. I've got no reference to how much sugar beets we're going to get, and with it being on the hardest settings as well. I usually play on like a normal difficulty, so I'm not sure where we're going to be at and what we're going to get for it. I really aren't. I just hope it'll be worthwhile, because it is a lot of work. But we needed to do some crop. We definitely needed to do some form of crop, and we couldn't afford a harvester or anything like that. And this equipment was, it was on the cheap side. So, but you can tell why. With it having a 1 meter spread, I doubt it's ever going to be that expensive. So it won't let me obviously pick up them, even though they're mine on my land. For some reason it let me plant them, but it won't let me pick them up, which is a bit strange. So I'm just trying to make a bit of headroom on the end. When I've done, I think, enough, I'll just start doing rows. But it's not going too bad when you think about it. It really isn't taking too long at all. We're slowly eating away at these two fields. The only thing I do think is a problem, the fact that I keep missing bits, and it's not the easiest to mark up in your head where you're at. And it should be, really, because at the end of the day, it's not even that big. Let me try and straighten this up a little bit, make my life a little bit easier. These weeds are annoying, especially when you spread herbicide. There should be no weeds after spreading herbicide. So I think the best thing to do would be, when to buy like this field, for example. So we bought this field, we'd turn this one here back to grass, just so we can make a bit more silage. We don't need these small fields that I've created when we purchase them for. I think it would make more sense just to turn them back into grass fields, and then if we need it to build on, we've got it. Right, so what I'll do is I'll chip away at some of this, and then what I'll do is when I've done these two fields and removed all the tops, I'll cut back in when I'm on the harvester, and we'll see. Hopefully we'll see and get an understanding of how much we're pulling out, and how the yield's looking, basically, because we couldn't fertilise it. We put one tiny bit of fertiliser on because we don't have the equipment, and we didn't have the money at the time to obviously buy the soil tester from Precision Farming, and we can't lease anything out because it would have been perfect to lease out, but we couldn't do that. But yeah, what I'll do is I'll carry on with this, remove all the tops, and then I'll cut back in when I'm done doing that. Right, so there we go. I've just completed both the fields. I removed the tops on these front two fields. It didn't take that long, I'd say about 20 minutes, something like that. But I definitely do need a bit of fuel in this. So let's quickly just fill this up. It's probably going to take a bit. So there is quite a few. I don't know how many we're going to get. I really don't. But what I will do, in anticipation of that, is I will move our trailer in a better position for when we're loading up. Right, something like that. That'll be fine. Right, so I'm all hooked up, ready to go. I think I just need to start rolling over them, and this should work a treat, hopefully. He says. So it's got to 50. What does it want me to do now? maybe it just wants me to unload, I guess. Now that is definitely going to take a while then. Oh, it's alright now. It seems to be, after I set it to unload, it seemed to work. So we just need to make sure we try not miss any. But God, this is going to take a while. This really is. It makes me realise how much of a big job this is going to turn out to be. So we're missing a little bit there. So again, what I'll do is I'll go around, do the rows on the edges and then some of the headland, just to make my life a little bit more simpler. So, don't need the F1 menu anymore. Hopefully I get some good income off this. This is, you know, has a potential to give me a good bump up, and if we sell the wood we've got, firewood, and then we'll see how much we need. And you never know, we might be there. We might be at the 60,000 mark. Close to. I definitely know we can achieve it anyway with the firewood and selling some of them logs around the back of the sawmill. Without that, I'd be completely stuck. Completely stuck. Right, so I'm just trying to sort out the edge of this here. It was a little bit tricky just because it keeps saying I don't own the land, but now I'm going back on myself. It seems to be working alright. I've done that again though, so I kind of jinxed myself there. Yeah, it's just little areas where it really does harm us. So if we can just grab these bits now, because what it seems to do is it picks them up and gets to about 50, and then it doesn't do anything. So it kind of like fills up and then you have to just obviously unload it. So obviously it's done that now, but we're alright. There you go. Right, so this is going to take absolutely forever. If I'm going to do sugar beets again, we're going to have to upgrade. We really are, because this is a very long-winded process. It really is. This is the whole point of it, survival. You've got to start small and build up. And I think this is probably the smallest you can get, let's be honest. So what I'll do now is I'll put a quick time lapse in of me removing all the sugar beets from the ground and from these two fields, and then I'll cut back in when it's all done.
Reach out when your mind's uneasy, 'cause I'll understand. Hold on when you need a friend, I'll stay here to the end. Get up, don't hang your head, we'll take it step by step. Fell inside, now I'm living in a matchbox. All this time, all it needed was a little spark. Give me my heart back, 'cause somebody stole it and put it in your hand. Give me my heart back, 'cause somebody stole it and put it in your hand. Give me my heart back, 'cause somebody stole it and put it in your hand. Somebody stole it and put it in your head. You're better than you know. When facing times of doubt, stand up and you grow. Don't let it get to you, you're spots. All this time, all it needed was a little spark. Give me my heart back, 'cause somebody stole it and put it in your head. Give me my heart back, 'cause somebody stole it and put it in your head. Give me my heart back, 'cause somebody stole it and put it in your head. Give me my heart back, 'cause somebody stole it and put it in your head.
Right, so there we go. I have completed these two fields. I just need to obviously load up now the sugar beets into the trailer. Now, I will say that it's not the simplest of thing because I do need a better weight on the back. It is pretty much on the verge of tipping even with the rear weight, so when I fill this bucket up, it does, yeah, it's not steady, put it that way, so we might have to look at that. But we have got quite a bit, we really have, so we'll have to look exactly how much we're going to get in total, but we're doing alright, we are. As you can see, the tractor rear end wants to come up. Let me just have a look at the fill rate. So we're about 36%, so we'll do alright. Now I'm thinking whether to sell this straight away. I'm not entirely sure, I'll be honest. And if we don't, then where we're going to store it, because there is them sugar beet heaps that you can buy. I think they're only cheap as well, so they're not too expensive. But at least picking up the sugar beets isn't too much of an issue as well. It's a good bucket, it really is. I wish I had a better rear weight though, because you can tell it's just on the verge, it really is. And eventually we're going to have to get a better front loader attachment, because I'm not going to lie, it does not suit this tractor at all. It really doesn't. But if you watch now, it does actually clip through the front attachment. So yeah, it's not the best, but yeah, so what we've got, and I didn't want to obviously buy another one just yet, just for the sake of it looking right. But it won't take too long, it really won't. And when I've actually filled this first trailer, we'll take it to a sell point just to see how much we'll get. Just out of curiosity, because it'd be nice to know how much trailer is going to give us. Because I don't think the price is that good, to be honest. On hard difficulty, sugar beets, yeah, they really aren't that good. And it's not like this is a big trailer as well. This is like a way up, way up. Yeah, it's not like it's a massive trailer. This trailer is just a small one, to be honest. So we've got to be about there now. We're 91, so we're very close. If I had to have a shopping list right now, it'd probably be the longest shopping list ever, because there's so many things I want to get, but obviously we can't. We've got some good money, to be honest, though. 24,500, and if we sell the logs, the firewood there, and then this one trailer, I think I might have an understanding of where we're going to be at. Right, so So I'm going to take this tractor. It's not going to have any impact on the speed we can get there. The actual speed of that tractor and this tractor are the exact same, 21. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the sell point now that we're going to take these to. So sugar beets, I think we can only sell them at one place, which is railway transport. Oh my god, they are at a low price. It almost feels criminal to take these, to be honest, right now. I mean, they were at 208 there. I think it'd be really stupid right now to take these. Let's have a look at a silo. Where am I looking for now? My head's gone a bit. I am looking for silo and crop storage. There we go. So let's have a look if we can find the sugar beet one, the heap, just to see how much they are. I'm sure by memory they are pretty cheap. Yeah, they're only £100. We could just pop this here, to be honest, just for the meantime while we're storing it up. I think that might be a good idea. For £100, I don't think that's a bad idea. Obviously, it's a grass field that we're kind of damaging, but we can always fix that after. I'm just trying to think of a good place that's pretty level. I think that should be right. Maybe a bit lower. Right, there we go. We'll store them there. It makes more sense to do that, and then I'll take the firewood. It'd be really good if I could pick them up with that loading wagon, and that'd save a lot of hassle. Let's go down the train track. So I have put it quite far away, but the reason for that is I don't want it to have a negative effect on the grass fields that I've got, because that is pretty much going to be a good earner for us if we keep doing it for silage. I'd like to know as well how much it'd cost for the BGA, because if we get the BGA, then obviously we can make a lot more with silage and anything else for that matter. Another good way of making money is obviously milk. Now, we don't need to do the whole feeding. We could literally just feed silage or hay, or even fresh grass for that matter, but I think, yeah, it's maybe something that we can look into. So I wonder how this works. Do I need to sheet it up? Yeah, you can blanket it, which is pretty good. We can pop it down here and then obviously blanket it, and also it hasn't done any damage to the grass, which is good as well. So we can have a look at when the price goes up, maybe start of spring. I'll have a look at it what it's like in winter as well, and then we can make a judgment call when the best time to sell it is, because we want to try and maximise the amount of income we get, with money being on the low side at the moment. To be honest, it's every penny helps. So if I just park this probably here, and I might go quickly sell this firewood, just so we can have some increase in our finances in this episode. That'd be good to see. If I can get there, I think I've there we go. So there's like two full crates here. It's not too bad. What I might do as well is I might actually park it up by the behind the sawmill, just because of the fact that next time I'm going to use them 3 crates that are empty is to fill up. So if we just leave it up there, it might make more sense if we can get up the hill. So I just drove past the sell point that I thought was full, and it took one of the crates off me for 5,000. So let's see what this one does. It's completely empty now. So So we've got 4,381, which is good going. So, like I said, overall we've just made, what, close to 8,000, is it? No, 9,000, sorry, 9,300. Around that. Just under 10,000, you could say. So yeah, firewood is definitely the way to go for us to at least start and get a field. Maybe look at the VGA, depending on how much it is. I don't even look, to be honest. Right, so what I'll do now is I'll finish off picking up all these sugar beets off the ground. I'll transfer them all over to the storage area that we've just got, and then I'll cut back in when it's done, and we'll get we'll have a look how much in total is actually stored in this sugar bean pit. Right, so I've completely picked up all the sugar beets from them 2 fields, and it did take a while. It took a long time, in fact. So definitely something that I couldn't put all in a video, but it is a big job. Now I am surprised actually how much I've picked up. In total, I'll have over 50,000 here, 50,000 litres, which is pretty good going. So it's definitely worth waiting until the price goes up. So I'm not going to cover it until I've done the other field, but I'm not going to do that in this episode. I'll probably do that off camera, so when I come back in it'll all be in here waiting to be sold. And then I'm going to buy a conveyor belt at some point. It's got to be done. It really has to be done. Can't be doing the lugging around again, because that took a hell of a lot of time. So let's just have a quick look. I mean, we could blanket it as long as I can. So it's fermenting. So this is interesting. What's it fermenting into? Anyway, I'm going to leave the video there because this has definitely been a long one for me playing the game. This has been a few hours now recording. That was a big job, and I've still got 1 field left to do. But yeah, I'm going to leave the video there. So thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. That really helps my channel out. And also, if you're new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more videos on Farming Simulator. See ya.